What is Freepress? What is Freepress? What is Freepress?
Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate very much your generous invitation to be here tonight. You bear heavy responsibility these days, and the article I read some time ago reminded me of how particularly heavily...
What is Freepress?
I am the architect. I've been waiting for you.
Johannes, known as Joshua. Where is he now?
I don't know him. I don't know him.
You don't know him, or where he might be?
I don't know him. If I don't know him, how can I know where he might be? What is Freepress? What is Freepress?
In Eritrea today, the state is the truth.
What is Freepress? There is no free press anywhere. What is free press? What is free press? What is free press? There is no free press anywhere. It's not in England, it's not in the United States. I would like to know what free press is in the first place. What is free press? What is free press? There is no free press anywhere. It's not in England, it's not in the United States. I would like to know what free press is in the first place.
Johannes, known as Joshua. Where is he now?
I don't know him. I don't know him. If I don't know him, how can I know where he might be?
There is no free press, and you've locked up a large number of critics of the government, both politicians, generals and journalists. I mean, how do you respond to that?
Well...
What is free press? What is free press? It's not in England, it's not in the United States. I would like to know what free press is in the first place. What is free press? What is free press?
I am the architect. I've been waiting for you.
What is free press? What is free press?
أتولد هم تقولتوا إيرترا دهون يكون gazetenya نتيجة زي قدران president وكون خالو شعلوت بالسلطان أنا محتاج كجبرلو كذخل وحدات وتاتات حنديا لذي دهون gazetenya وسبحة دهون يكون تستاوي.
What is free press? What is free press?
In Eritrea today, the state is the truth.
أنا محتاج كجبرلو كذخل وحدات وتاتات حنديا لذي.
What is free press? What is free press?
In Eritrea today, the state is the truth.
What is free press? What is free press? What is free press?
Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate very much your generous invitation to be here tonight. You bear heavy responsibility these days, and the article I read some time ago reminded me of how particularly heavy.
معكنا زينا إرترا نمنجس زمجوس دأمبر منجس زوكس كوس أي فكادن يزبل على الله حق ديو معكنا زينا بمنجس تراي مونانو ديمقراطياوي معبالنا أحسندو بمنجس زونن معكنا زينا حساب كندي حرايو.
What is free press?
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information.
معكنات زينا إرترا نمنجس زمجوز دأمبر منجس زوكس كوس أي فكادن يزبل على الله حق ديو معكنات زينا بمنجس تراي مونانو ديمقراطياوي معبالنا أحسندو بمنجس زونن معكنا زينا خساب كندي حرايو
أنا حنت نقدر دقيقة خرجاك صار دليل من البعض تبع قدامي تحته ومليسيا نره نحنا كابيز بتحابينا نبرر المخنيات يبلنا سرقتي كونان زحنخ نجار يبلنا نهيزبنا مسل كنجهس نهيزبنا مسل كنكنتر كابنا هيزبنا مسل مقفاف نتقمل له نجار نزي بدم صحفاشين بحداث إيرتران صحفين زخون يكون عينة زربا كم زخون ترى سبب زهاجر زلوا نبو بامبر نعوت صحف أمسوا سنسور كنجبر إنا نزق رأس ونزي تحلفوا نزق خمس جوار ولا نسرح له أبكم زع مسل هاتو توزقت مخنيات مسل زي بلنا من قصة زقطات أرونا عايزينها معكنا بزهاجر يلا
I am the architect. I've been waiting for you.
You're coming back again with the same list of questions provided to you by the State Department or the CIA, and you're trying to make this issue a political issue in the name of Al Jazeera International. I can assure you, freedom of press, if you mean the press that is financed by conglomerates in the world, financed by military industry in the world, if you think the financing and managing of media, the CNN, BBC or even Jazeera International by special interest groups is freedom of press, I can tell you we're not party to that kind of freedom of press.
Good values.
ኣብ ሃገራት ኣፍሪቃ ናይ ግል ሕትመታት ኣሎ ንምንታይ ናጻ ፕረስ ይብልኩምን
Frankly speaking, it's a necessity for me. I don't like interviews, but again, it's not my liking. It's my job. I have to do it. I don't. Okay.
During our visit to Eritrea, Isaias was suddenly called away on a trip to Libya and Italy that, according to Western diplomatic sources, also included arms buying. But he later agreed to answer questions put to him on our behalf.
Last time ABC foreign correspondent visited Eritrea, they profiled a former fighter turned journalist and artist named Fesai Yohannes, known as Joshua. Where is he now?
I don't know him.
He was co-founder of the newspaper Set It, which was the biggest newspaper here prior to being shut down.
I don't know him.
You don't know him, or where he might be?
I don't know him. If I don't know him, how can I know where he might be?
Eritrea today, the state is the truth.
Why isn't there any free press in Eritrea?
What is free press?
Press which is not run by the government.
There is no free press anywhere. It's not in England, it's not in the United States. I would like to know what free press is in the first place.
صحافة نريتها بناس أمجلاتني إذا كن أما خنا زينا عيرين ما خنا زينا لسان منقص خوينا كعلى هذا عمبر نترك تالب بهزب السمع يكونا نمتى أنت تبع له نايبرس حقي هيتعوجني بحال حق برس لمتى زي تعوجه متى في إير تبعيلو كملوا على مستوى أجنزبك عبي وعلو يعني له
Free press, I go and ask every journalist, who pays you? How much money do you get? And do you listen to your boss? Or do you have your own free, independent source of income? And finally, do what your mind tells you. Independent media means you have no one to control you. You have no one to pay you any money. You have a free mind and a free expression. This does not exist in our real world. we're told this story about independent press, freedom of press, objective press. I say people are no more naive.
ديمقراطياوي معبالنا أحسن له بمنجست زونن معكنا زينا خساب كندي حراي
أنا حنت نقدر دقيقة مغرقات تازدلي من البعض تاع قدامي تحته وملسيا نرى نحنا كابو حزب تحابينا نقرأ المخنيات يبلنا سرقتي كونان زحنخ نقر يبلنا نهيزبنا مسل كنجهس نهيزبنا مسل كنكنت كابنا هيزبنا مسل مقفاف نطقمون نقر سلزي إلا زسكف نقر يبلنا
زحتتو سبات أيترهبون سلزب عليكم بوبي أبي إرترا رئيتو خان أي مقلاتن سلاماو سلفتات ناي مقبارن بقلتين أي مقوامن ديمقراسياو مسلات حلو أيكونن زبلو وقنات هالو ملسخا انتايو
رئيتو خان أي مقلاتن سلاماو سلفتات ناي مقبارن بقلتين أي مقوامن ديمقراسياو مسلات حلو أيكونن زبلو وقنات هالو እቶም ወገናት እንታይ ምዃኖም ኣነ ይፈልጦም ግን ኣብ ትሕቲ ተቕሪቡ ስለ ዘሎ ከምኡ ዓይነት ጥርጣሬታት ክህሉ ይኽእል ኸውን ርእይቶኻ ምግላጽ ማለት በጥርኻና ዋጣወጥካ ኣፍንጫ ሰብ ምምንጣል ተኾይኑ ካልእ ነገር እዩ ኣነ ከም ኣብነት ምናልባት ኩሉ ግዜ ዝዝክር ሓንቲ ምስል ኣላትኒ ሓደ ሚስተር ፖል ዝበሃል ነይሩ መምህር ኣብዚ ኣስመራ كل جزء تصنيعه بمثلة معدات يمحلالف نيرو بتناشع زنا برا جزء خم إثيوبياوي